Okay, so was she aware of it because it's something that many people recognize?
Probably, on the upper levels.
Oh, okay. What's that little poster?
This is my favorite planet, Gandalupia.
Where did that poster come from?
I saw this in a magazine, and I remembered this place. And I took it to Fred Hare, and I said, you see this picture? It's Gandalupia. This is the crystal planet where all of the water was crystalline. And I actually mocked this planet up. And Fred admitted that he had seen this as well. So he said, we'll frame that. Let's frame that, you know.
Okay. The next poster over, the one with the rather unhappy-looking face.
Well, Joe Spencer painted this. It's also from Mission Earth. And it's called Death of a Tolnap, which has to do with an incident in the book where a suppressive being, this is what a suppressive looks like, was destroyed. And, well, this is a very important thing.
That's the ethics conditions.
These are the ethics conditions. You're always in one of them. You as a Thetan cannot be out of this chart. You're in the chart somewhere. Up until the time that this whole mess happened, I was right here in power. Power is a normal in a stellar range so high that it is total abundance. I was actually so close to doing what I was supposed to do.
What was the lowest ethics condition you ever got in before this all started?
I mean, before
the arrest, for example.
I was an emergency orphan, but I don't think I was never in a lower condition than emergency.
What sort of things would you get into emergency for?
Well, when my stats were repeatedly down.
Stats on what?
Bringing in money, not enough cases, not enough auditing hours.
What would be your what would you have to do to work your way out of that condition?
Well, you have to, in order to be out of emergency, what you have to do is you have to do the emergency formula, which is you have to economize and then you have to deliver. In other words, at that point, you would have to do something over and above your normal routines in order to get back in the good graces of the org.
Okay. The next poster over, the one, get the fabulous flag rundowns, L10, L11,
Being
L12.
this, doing this, and having this.
Okay. And those are all separate?
Separate actions which I was going to be able to do by the end of this year. In fact,
what would the phrase, have more you in present time to cause the things you want, translate to if you wanted
to talk to a WOG?
To talk to a WOG.
Have less of the past or the future or distraction. Have less bank, reactive bank.
Be more at cause?
Be more at cause, be at cause, not more at cause. You can't be, you have to be at cause. You operate by postulates. You don't operate by effect. In other words, you're right at 20.0.
Okay. So
action. You're in action.
To cause the things you want, what would be the sorts of things that people might want?
To be free. To be free of this physical body, to be free of this stupid, screwed up universe, to be able to just operate as a Thetan, like we used to be able to do. To build our own universe.
So there's really only one thing that people want, and the want is to become a Thetan.
Yeah. No, we are a Thetan.
Well, okay, but to have...
But to be able to operate as a Thetan. Exactly.
So, is that do you think that's your unique meaning to that phrase, or might other people want some other things? So might people want some material things?
Well, if they're very low on the no to mystery scale.
But if they were at the point at which they could take L10 through L12...
They would not want material things.
So if
anybody that's taking L10, 11, and 12 will get rid of their material things to do the action.
So then it would be your opinion that there's really only one interpretation...
To be free.
For the things that you want.
To go to the top of the grade chart. That's what I want.
Okay, but that would also be what anybody who might be
But I also want to clear the planet. I also not only want to be on the top of the great chart, I want to wear my hat as a Thetan. So, fine, even if I can't go to the top of the great chart and be free, I will be free by wearing my hat.
Okay. But as you see
because
it,
if you clear half of the planet, how could you not go to the top of the great chart?
Okay.
I mean, Ron will even bring me there.
Okay. But as you see it,
Yeah.
there isn't any room really for anyone else who would be at a point at which they could take L10 or 11 or 12 to want anything other than the full awakening of their Thetan powers.
What else is there?
That's all I wanted to know. What's the next one over?
Palace City?
No, the one underneath.
Oh, this is a quote from RJ35, Ron's journal, which is a cassette, which he gave at the beginning of, I think it was 1980 or 81. And it says, in all the broad universe, there is no hope for man other than ourselves. This is a tremendous responsibility. I, meaning Ron, have borne it myself too long.
Ourselves means collectively all Scientologists?
I have borne it myself too long. Myself.
But ourselves would mean Scientology as a group?
Yeah, Scientology, the third dynamic.
And the responsibility is really to save mankind?
To set man free.
Okay.
To set Theta free.
Right. What's the next one over?
Palace City. I'll go over there, I guess. Palace City was the first print I ever bought from Bridge Publications. Now it's handled by another org called Author Services.
Mm-hmm.
But this represents a city in space in the Mission Earth series.
Okay. Now, looking at the next column,
Yes.
presumably the first one is irrelevant. The
That's
top
my that's what I call my ex-wife's grandmother, but it isn't.
Okay. So who's who in technology today?
Yeah.
Now that is an actual award that you received, the
Right.
nomination for which was done by,
Peter Letteries.
and
But there's a lot of silly stuff in there.
okay, but all right,
They relate to my time track, but they have nothing to do with technology and this.
But Technology Today is a real magazine.
Yeah, it's a book actually.
Okay.